the part of the garden I'm going to put the slips in is where the potatoes are, and I'm just going to crowd this place out with a whole bunch of different types of potatoes. So I'm going to have like staggered 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to skip the end because I think that might be just way overcrowding. So really tempting to just put them everywhere because I have so many, but I won't. So let me bring you in closer and then we'll get them in the ground. I hope you can see my head. I think you can. I hope you can see all 3 spots that I'm going to be planting in. I wasn't tall enough to be able to see that without climbing into the bed, and already you're standing in my green beans. I am so not happy. Right now the plants are actually in the ground. I had the camera up on the tripod, as you saw, and apparently I ran out of space on my phone. So they're going through a little bit of shock right now, but they're going to perk up. I watered them in with the water from their jar and then a little bit more. And they'll perk up tonight and they'll be fine. What I'm going to do is plant one of the other slips into a bucket because I do kind of want to know how it does in a bucket as compared to in the ground. Granted, there's 3 in the ground here and there'll be only 1 in the bucket, but I'll just divide the potatoes by 3 and figure out how much difference it makes. The bucket I put half compost, at least half compost, and then about the other half is about at least 2/3 of the humus, if not 3/4. I think it's about 3/4, and then the rest would be the topsoil. I just took some of the garden soil that I had taken out when I put the bottles in and used some of that extra humus, and I added no extra fertilizer other than what was mixed into the garden soil, which wasn't that much, and I added no bone meal. I want to know how well it does with mostly compost. And sorry about the speed speaking, that was accidental, but just wanted to show you this, and then let's get planting on the other slip. Because I made the mistake of having the camera run out of memory before I was able to show how I plant the slips in the ground, I decided to go ahead and put a slip in and do the overcrowding thing that I was saying I wasn't going to do. So here we go with one of these slips. We're also going to do the one in the container, so might as well just get started on this. Let me bring you in close. Okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and scoot this over this way for right now until I get it planted. And there's an emitter right here, so I think right next to it would be a good place. Kind of keep them in a straight line right there. Okay. No, that's good. Okay, so I had already dug this soil up before when I was amending, so I'm not going to worry about that. It's nice and moist because my drip system went off last night, so I know that it's getting plenty of water right there. Let's take the one with, I have 2 in here, and I'm going to take the one that's just a little bit bigger. Give it a better chance, because I can move the bucket wherever I need to if it's too much sun or whatever for it. This one's going to start wilting probably too. Let me get down on my knees. I can reach. Really hard corner to get to. It's so crowded over here. Okay, so you want your hole really pretty deep so that you can let the roots go down and relax in there. And I'm going to plant it all the way up to the very bottom of the stems here, and I think I should remove this one leaf right here. Make it a little easier on the plant, and I see a leaf down here, take that off. And I don't want the roots out of the water for very long, so you gently You hold the plant at the level you want and gently fill the hole with really loose soil so that it falls in and between the roots. And just fill it right up to where the bottom of the roots, or the top of the roots were. And you don't want to press in real hard because the roots are delicate and you don't want to have them all compressed in there. You want them to be able to expand and grow out. And that's how I do it. Put the drip system back over right up to it. It's a little loose. Tight there. There. Now it's got its emitter right here. And there's an emitter right here by this one. And then the other one has two close to it, and that looks good to me. And I'm just going to do the exact same thing in the pot. Let's go over there and do that. I didn't fill my bucket all the way up because with the potatoes, when you plant them and they start to grow up, you're supposed to, a lot of people say you're supposed to put more dirt around the stems and then it will grow more roots off of that. So I'm just going to kind of play it like that, and so I didn't fill my bucket quite all the way up, and then after it grows up some more, then I'm going to put more dirt around it. And it should do the same because the roots were everywhere where the plant was embedded in the water. So, like I said, I've got at least half compost in here, if not more, and it's really nice and loose. So it will have no problem spreading its roots. I also thought maybe it might need extra room for the potato or the yams once they start growing. Now this one doesn't have as much root structure as the other one, but it's looking really good. So I'm going to go ahead and take this little leaf off, and that one, and that one, and this ugly one. Okay, that looks good. This one's a lot smaller, and and that one. Like I said, I can move it into the shade or whatever it needs by being in a bucket. So I'm just going to do the exact same thing. Just take the soil and loosely put it up around the roots, all the way up to where the roots begin, or maybe just a touch past. And there we have it. We'll go ahead and water this baby in. This soil was also moist. I had watered it a couple days ago pretty good so that it would be moist all the way through for this plant. Okay. Might as well just get all the soil wet. There we go. Done. Okay. That concludes this video, and I do appreciate you watching. If you like the video, please click like and subscribe. I would appreciate that. Like I said, this is the first time I'm doing yams, so if you have some good advice for me, I'd really appreciate it. Put it in the comments down below. And if you're growing yams as well, let me follow along. Show me what's going on with yours. Post some pictures. I'd appreciate that. Look forward to seeing you in the future, and I will give you updates on these yams. Thanks for watching. Bye.